That's Stella Reid from St Andrews. A huge lesson from Black Saturday was the need to improve the way the public is warned about fire danger. One of the most significant failures was getting information to people who had no idea they were in the path of a catastrophic fire. Some of them were in the Gippsland town of Coligny, where 11 people died. Jared Whittaker reports.
When a wind change pushed the fire towards Coligny, the town's brigade captain was knocking on doors telling people to run.
By and large, they said, oh, no, we didn't know about that.
It was a pattern repeated across the state on Black Saturday, when the information being provided to firefighters and the public lagged far behind what was happening on the ground. The fire that destroyed Coligny actually started 15 minutes from here, near a town called Churchill, and that's where I was on Black Saturday. And, like a lot of people, the most up-to-date source of information we could get came from the Bush Telegraph. Of the 173 people who died, almost a third had no idea the fire was coming. That's because on Black Saturday, the system of getting the warnings out was a relic from last century.
If we needed to get a warning out in 2009, it was about someone sort of typing a Word document and then faxing or emailing just to the ABC. There were local telephone trees that were used to get information out to websites. You know, we're a long, long way ahead of that now.
In 2009, the state's emergency services were working in the same room, but they weren't working together. The Royal Commission found information wasn't being shared, resources were being duplicated, and some senior officers didn't have a defined role at all. It led to a complete overhaul of the state's emergency services and a lasting impact on those who work in them.
This week will be particularly hard for me and others that were involved in it. I mean, there was 173 people that lost their lives. We have some ownership in that. Our job is to save lives and property, and our people don't like me saying this, but there was a sense from our point of view that we let people down. So it was a really, really an emotional time.
The most publicly visible change has been the Vic Emergency app, which has now been downloaded 1.2 million times.
There wouldn't be many locals that wouldn't have access to that app and wouldn't use it on a daily basis at this time of the year.
You can get information about a fire at the same time a fire truck. It's unprecedented. I challenge anywhere else in the world that's doing this stuff.
From ABC Emergency with a total fire ban update for
the warnings being delivered through the app and through emergency broadcasts on ABC Radio have also changed since Black Saturday. Less about staying and defending and more about leaving early. That's exactly what happened this week in Hepburn Springs, when residents were warned if they didn't evacuate, emergency services may not be able to help them.
Look, I would suggest that these communications, the warnings, will save lives.
Ian Ewart is still Coligny's brigade captain and says while most people take heed of the warnings, they need to be carefully managed.
Some of the warnings, it doesn't occur and it goes around us or over us, bypasses us on some occasions, and so people do get a little bit complacent as to, it's another warning, we'll wait and see.
We never want to be the boy who cried wolf, so it is really important that it is good information that's going out.
These fires now on those Black Saturday events are code red. They're well beyond our ability to control. If anything, we're putting ourselves in danger by just being there. So again, people need to understand, don't expect a fire truck, don't expect an aeroplane. Yes, we might get there, but by and large, we don't.
Jared Whittaker reporting there.